Mount Everest doesn't forgive mistakes. At 29,000 feet, in the death zone where oxygen is too thin to sustain human life, your body dies with every breath. On May 10, 1996, the mountain kills 8 people in a single day. The deadliest disaster in Everest history. Beck Weathers should be victim number 9. 2 different rescue teams check his body, declare him dead, leave him in the snow. But then something impossible happens. Beck Weathers is 49 in May 1996. A pathologist from Dallas, Texas. Successful doctor. Respected in his field, but there's something nobody knows. He's been fighting depression most of his adult life. Profound, crushing depression that he hides from everyone. He discovers something though, when he pushes his body to absolute limits. When he climbs mountains, the darkness goes quiet. He can't think, and that silence is relief. So he climbs Denali, Aconcagua, now Everest. His wife Peach is done. Their marriage is crumbling. He's always gone, chasing summits, running from something she can't understand. She's planning to ask for divorce when he returns. But Beck can't stop. The mountains are the only place the pain stops. April 1996. Beck joins Rob Hall's Adventure Consultants expedition. Hall is legendary, one of the best guides in the world. The team includes journalist John Krakauer. Another expedition, Mountain Madness led by Scott Fisher, is climbing the same day. 2 commercial teams, dozens of climbers, all racing for the same summit. The stage is set for disaster. But here's what Beck doesn't know. His eyes are a ticking time bomb. 18 months earlier he had radial keratotomy, experimental eye surgery to fix nearsightedness. Works fine at sea level, but at extreme altitude where atmospheric pressure drops, the incisions react unpredictably. His corneas start swelling, vision deteriorating. He has no idea what's coming. May 10, 1996, Summit Day, midnight departure from Camp 4. Beck moves well at first, but as they climb higher his vision blurs. By the balcony at 27,000 feet, he's nearly blind. Everything white, no depth perception, just white. Rob Hall finds him standing there disoriented. "Can you see?" Beck admits he can't. Hall makes the call. "You need to go down, now." But wait, here's where it gets complicated. Beck has climbed 10 hours to reach this spot. The summit is close. He's convinced his vision will improve when the sun comes up. Beck's Hall to let him wait. Hall reluctantly agrees. 30 minutes. If your vision doesn't improve, wait here. I'll come back for you. Beck waits, watches teammates disappear up the mountain. Other climbers pass, offer to help him down. He refuses every time. He promised Rob he'd wait. 1 hour passes, then 2, 3, 4. The sun comes up. His vision stays white. By noon 3 more climbers descend past him. "Come with us." He refuses. "I'm waiting for Rob." But here's what Beck doesn't know, and this changes everything. Rob Hall is dying on the summit right now. One of his clients, Doug Hansen, reaches the top but collapses. Hall stays with him, refuses to abandon him. The decision kills them both. Hall's body will remain on the south summit forever. Hansen's is never found. By 5 p.m., Beck realizes something is wrong. Temperature dropping, wind picking up. He's been standing motionless at 27,000 feet for 10 hours. His body is shutting down, cold working like an anesthetic on his brain. He starts hallucinating, seeing people who aren't there. Then Mike Groom appears with Yasuko Namba, a 47-year-old Japanese climber who looks like a walking corpse. Neil Beidelman and others from Fisher's team are behind them, everyone near the end of endurance. Mike short ropes Beck as they descend. They make it 200 yards. Then the blizzard hits, not gradually, all at once. 70-mile-per-hour winds, snow so thick you can't see your hand. They're a quarter mile from Camp 4. The group huddles together. Hours pass. They can't move, can't see, can't think. Beck huddles next to Yasuko, feels her body heat fading. Around midnight the wind drops for one moment. Through a gap they see lights. Camp 4, 200 yards away. Beidelman and Groom stagger toward it for help. The rest stay behind. too weak to move. Anatoly Bukreev comes back, Russian guide, legendary climber. He rescues 3 people, returns for more, but when he reaches Beck and Yasuko, he stops, looks at them carefully, makes a decision. They're too far gone. He leaves them. But wait, because what happens next is where the real story begins. Morning comes. May 11, rescue team finds Beck and Yasuko in the snow. Beck's face is frozen solid black, ice encrusted over eyes, nose, mouth, his right hand frozen in a claw. The doctor checks for pulse, breathing, anything, nothing. He's gone, the doctor says. They cover him, move on. Later that day, 6 hours later, another team checks. Beck hasn't moved, still dead. They leave him again. Here's what nobody knows. Beck is alive, barely. Hypothermic coma, core temperature so low his body entered hibernation, heart beating maybe 3 times per minute, breathing imperceptible, clinically dead, but somewhere deep inside, something is still fighting. And then 15 hours after collapsing, the impossible happens. Beck Weathers opens his eyes. He can't see much. His face is encased in ice, but he's conscious, thinking, and he realizes where he is, alone on Everest, death zone. Everyone thinks he's dead. Nobody's coming back. He has to move, now. He tries to sit up. His right arm doesn't work, frozen solid. He uses his left arm to lever himself upright, looks around, sees tents in the distance. Camp 4, 200 yards away. He starts walking. Now pay attention to this part, because this is what separates Beck's story from every other survival story you've ever heard. He doesn't remember the walk. Years later, he'll say his conscious mind shut down. Something deeper took over. Pure survival instinct. 1 foot, other foot, fall down, get up, keep moving. His face is black with frostbite. Hands are frozen blocks, but he walks, like a dead man who refuses to die. Todd Burleson is in Camp 4. When he sees something moving outside, at first he thinks it's hallucination, then realizes it's a person, a man walking toward camp, face completely black, ice hanging off him, moving like a zombie. That's Beck, someone whispers. Beck's dead, another says. We checked twice. That's him, Burleson insists. They rush out, grab Beck before he collapses. When they remove his gloves, everyone goes silent. His right hand is frozen solid, black, fingers wooden, dead tissue. Left hand slightly better, face encrusted with ice, nose black. But he's alive, talking. I'm Beck Weathers, I need help. Here's the problem, nobody wants to say out loud. They're at 26,000 feet, in the death zone. Beck can't descend alone. Carrying him down is nearly impossible. Helicopter rescue from this altitude has never been attempted. Air too thin. Helicopters can't generate lift. It's considered impossible. But Beck's wife Peach doesn't accept this. She calls everyone, pulls every string, demands they try. Lieutenant Colonel Madan Khatri Chetri, Nepalese army pilot, agrees to attempt the impossible, strips everything from his helicopter, flies at dawn when air is coldest. He can't land, instead he hovers, one skid touching ice. Beck is loaded on, they lift off. Barely, helicopter struggles, drops, catches itself, descends toward base camp. But the truly shocking part, what happened to Beck's body? He's evacuated to Kathmandu, then Dallas. The damage is catastrophic. Right arm amputated halfway between elbow and wrist. All 4 fingers and thumb on left hand amputated. Only partial hand remains. His nose is gone. Parts of face gone. Reconstructive surgeons rebuild what they can using tissue from his ear and forehead. Months in hospitals. Multiple surgeries. But here's what nobody expects, and this is the real miracle of Beck's story. He's alive, and more than that, he's changed. The man who left for Everest was running. From depression, from marriage, from himself. The man who comes back understands something profound. He almost died chasing a summit that meant nothing. Left his wife alone. For what? Bragging rights? Peach had planned divorce, but when she sees what he's been through, sees how he's changed, she gives him one chance. 1 year to prove he's different. Beck takes it, stops climbing, focuses on marriage, family, actual life. The depression doesn't vanish. But he learns to manage it differently, not by running away, by facing it. He returns to work as pathologist, learns to function with damaged hands, becomes motivational speaker, travels the world telling his story, not just survival story, the whole story, depression, obsession, wake-up call, second chance. Jon Krakauer's book Into Thin Air makes him famous worldwide. In 2015, film Everest stars Josh Brolin as Beck, shows his impossible survival, but Beck always says the same thing. His real story isn't about surviving Everest, it's about surviving himself, learning what actually matters: love, connection, family, purpose, being present. May 10, 1996. 8 people died on Everest: Rob Hall, Scott Fisher, Doug Hansen, Andy Harris, Yasuko Namba, the woman who died next to Beck. 3 others. Deadliest day in mountains history. Beck Weathers was supposed to be number 9. 2 rescue teams declared him dead, checked his body, no pulse, no breathing, dead, left him for dead, twice. But Beck Weathers didn't die. He woke up after 15 hours, stood up, walked back to camp, survived against every medical principle, lost hands, nose, parts of face, but gained something far more valuable: a second chance at life. And this time he didn't waste it.